Captain Rick Shelford searched the grounds for his 25,000 pounds of fair dye while the waves were rough and rough. The killing catch is ending, and the reason will blow your mind. A lot of people have been talking about secrets that could end it all. That's the price you pay for fame. As the show's fame grew, so did the desire to know everything about the people it created. But there are some things that should stay secret, because if they get out, you lose everything. At first, there was a feeling of discomfort and dread. There is now a hitch in that plan. The truth is out, and we'll keep you up to date as it changes. We may be seeing the end of one of the most divisive shows in the world as a whole, getting crabs in the Bering Sea. Joshua Tell Warner's story is a long one that is almost funny. Over 1,000 people around the world have watched Deadliest Catch every week since it first aired in 2005. The first episode of the American reality TV show Deadliest Catch aired on the Discovery Channel on April 12, 2005. Fans of the show can watch as crab fishermen in the Bering Sea look for Alaskan king crab and snow crab during the fishing season. What we saw showed that it wasn't easy. Their lives are always on edge because they keep having dangerous and life-threatening events happen to them. The name of the show comes from the fact that crab fishing in the Bering Sea is so dangerous that not many people are brave enough to try it. Riding in the water by yourself is dangerous, but doing it while fishing is what many people would call an attempt at suicide. The Bering Sea is a small sea on the edge of the northern Pacific Ocean. It and the Bering Strait are what separate the North American and Asian countries. This sea was named for Vitus Bering, a Danish sailor who served in the Russian army. After a few years, it was clear that Bering's Find was just a wet graveyard for fishers and ships. It was marked as a danger zone, and sliding across was known to be a dangerous activity that was marked by big waves, strong winds, and water temperatures that ranged from 34 degrees to 41 degrees in the south. It's even more dangerous because the sea can get pretty shallow at times, based on the tides. This means that any waves coming in from the Pacific will quickly move from deep water to shallow water, making the open sea rough. Throughout the year, the sea is always not friendly. There is no break. And even in the winter, big parts of the sea freeze over. And when it starts to melt, big chunks of ice move around, which makes things more dangerous. If you don't think floating ice chunks are a problem at sea, you should read more about the Titanic. It can be very hard to get around these floating chunks of ice, and if the ship hits anything, it could sink. There are also strong changing currents that can change the tracks of these huge ice boulders. People still try to fish in the Bering Sea, even though it is dangerous, because it has a lot of sea life. Plenty of different kinds of sea creatures have been seen by more than just humans. Orcas, on the other hand, have been seen in the Bering Strait, which is full of different kinds of marine life that they like. That means that people who want to fish in the Bering Sea also have to deal with sharks because the sea is full of them. It is dangerous to go crab fishing on its own. But some people have found a way to live the risky life of an Alaskan crab fisherman and the life of a reality TV star at the same time. In Deadliest Catch, that's exactly what takes place. Plus, a lot of people have found the mix interesting. Fans got to see how hard it was for crab hunters to make a living. They saw the dangers, problems, and personal struggles that come with being away from home and family for months on end on one of the world's most dangerous seas. With cameras rolling, fans saw everything, even their worst times. Their lives are pretty hard and tiring. Few people make it out of the Bering Sea alive. As one of the world's most dangerous places, it's amazing how people are ready to give up their lives to do something that most people can only dream of. Watching Deadliest Catch, we saw for ourselves the risks, problems, and tensions that come with the Bering Sea. Deadliest Catch has been on for more than 20 seasons and has had its share of wins, losses, and deaths. The show Deadliest Catch has shown that not everyone can live the life of a crab hunter. Only brave people are brave enough to do it, and only lucky people make it through. Their trips to the Bering Sea may have paid their bills, but they may have also caused more trouble than anyone thought. It has been seen that the fishermen who come back every year have major mental and physical health problems. Some people have called it the curse of the sea that bears. The Deadliest Catch had one of the biggest numbers as a show of losses. What's strange is that most of the deaths have nothing to do with the sea. Some of them died because their health was so bad. Others died of drug abuse, and still others were locked up and never seen or heard from again. Something makes it look like the Bering Sea hides a dark secret. It would be willing to kill anyone who crossed its seas to keep this secret. The Bering Sea is a place that not many people are willing to go because of its bad weather, shark-filled waters, and spooky past. Deadliest Catch shows the lives of those brave enough to do it. Let's look at the risks these people take to bring you king crabs and snow crabs for dinner so you can enjoy your favorite seafood. Dehanand Dean Gribble Jr. is the only person who can really tell you how dangerous it is to fish in the Bering Sea. Gribble only showed up in a few shows of Deadliest Catch, so he didn't spend much time there. He had a close call with death that put an end to his hopes of becoming a reality TV fishing star. Gribble went out to sea on December 31, 2019, with crabs and fish in mind, just like any other crab hunter. He would never forget that day, though. The fishing boat Scabdus Rose was on its way to the Bering Sea on December 31st to begin the new crabbing season. The men on the boat thought they were going on a normal trip to catch a lot of crabs, but it turned out to be a sad day. The fishing boat hit some floating ice, which made a hole in the left side of it and caused it to sink. That day, there were 7 people on that boat, but only 2 made it out alive. Gribble was one of them. He and his co-worker John Lawler were able to get into a rowboat, and the Coast Guard flew them to safety. They were taken to an Anchorage hospital right away and treated for being too cold. The other crew members did not have as much fun, and they all died in the creepy Bering Sea. The shipwreck event made the news, and Gribble and Lawler were the talk of the town the next day. He didn't mean to become popular this way, but it looked like life had other ideas. Sad to say, the bodies of the other crew members, including the captain and his son, were never found. Gribble thought that maybe he wasn't meant to be crab fishing in the Bering Sea after what happened. He really liked fishing, but he liked to do it in seas that were safer. After taking a break from fishing to spend time with his family and get over what happened, which was a good idea, Gribble went back to fishing. Under the name King Krabba on social media, he writes about his fishing trips. What he went through shows how dangerous these seas are and how quickly things can change. You are alive 1 second and dead the next. A bad past. Thousands of people all over the world were amazed by reality TV shows like Deadliest Catch. Fans saw thrilling times as fishermen fought storms and other dangerous weather to catch fish. Fans were waiting for the uncertainty of hope that the bad weather would pass and the joy of a big catch. The show Deadliest Catch showed beautiful, vivid pictures of what it's like to be out on one of the world's most dangerous seas. In a way, it also shows how strong people are. People have found ways to make a living off the water even in places and situations where nature wouldn't let anything else grow. Some crab fishermen even like the thrill of being out at sea, where they have to race against time and nature to catch crabs every day. Discovery Channel's Deadliest Catch may have had a lot of watchers, but that won't help them in the long run. Be enough to keep the show going. The threat is not the windy sea or its rough weather, but a problem that people have caused. The number of king crabs and snow crabs is going down. Unfortunately, climate change has made these seas more dangerous, and now crab fishermen need to find another way to make money. Some species are protected by rules that the government has put in place about crab fishing in the Bering Sea. There is a competition between the group of Deadliest Catch to see who can catch the most crabs. The pay gets bigger as the number of numbers goes up. There were rules against the show because of this law, which has cut the numbers short. Because of this, it had to be canceled. Of course, some people think it's more than that. A lot of bad things have happened in Deadliest Catch over the years, leaving a trail of bodies. Lots of people are finding something strange about the show and the people who are on it. Many people thought that the dark events were a big reason why the show was canceled. One thing was that a lot of the crew members seemed to have either a health problem or a drug problem. It had also recorded a number of deaths, which is also scary. It could have been a major case of bad luck or the sea gods punishing them for going into a place that was once thought to be unlivable. People who didn't get hurt were caught and put in jail on criminal charges. As the bodies started to pile, you